Vicious fighting in eastern Ukraine. Kiev's military so far repelling most Russian attacks here. As Vladimir Putin's forces struggle, losing both soldiers and armor, Putin's main ally, Belarusian President Alexander Lukashenko, spoke to international media for one of the first time since Russia invaded Ukraine. An invasion that was started in large parts from his country. When I asked him why he still supports Putin's war, Lukashenko combative.
This is another rhetorical question. Why do you support Ukraine, pumping it with weapons instead of sitting down to negotiate, as I suggest?
Lukashenko insists Belarus won't send troops to fight alongside Russia unless directly attacked by Ukraine, but says he still firmly stands by Russian President Vladimir Putin. Lukashenko gets angry when I ask him if he's surprised by how weak Russia's army is.
You must see that this is the #1 army in the world fighting against you. Americans and Europeans practically against NATO, using Ukrainians, and the Ukrainians are not dumb.
Many Belarusians opposed to Lukashenko have gone to Ukraine to fight against the Russian army. We are here to prove that we Belarusians are not our government. We don't want to be associated with that junta that seized the power in Belarus. I mean the Lukashenko regime, this volunteer says. Near Bakhmut, they often face off against mercenaries from the Wagner private military company. Wagner boss Yevgeny Prigozhin recruited tens of thousands of convicts from Russian jails and brought them to the front line. I asked Lukashenko how he feels about Russia using convicts as expendable fighters.
Russia did indeed use convicts, but now this is forbidden. It is forbidden in Russia, and Zhenya Prigozhin, Wagner, are not doing this. It is forbidden.
And what about the Russian Defense Ministry? They are using convicts now, I ask.
The Minister of Defense? That's not true. The Ministry of Defense has enough mobilized resources and enough servicemen to create this special unit, if that's what they're doing. I will find out the answer to this question tomorrow.
Lukashenko is meeting Vladimir Putin on Friday, but what Lukashenko really wants, he says, is to host peace talks with Putin, U.S. President Joe Biden, and Volodymyr Zelensky of Ukraine, and asked me to relay the message.
If Biden has a desire, pass on to him through your channels that we are ready to welcome him in Minsk and have a serious talk with him if he wishes for peace in Ukraine. Even Putin will fly to Minsk and we can meet there, the three of us. 2 aggressors and a peace-loving president. Why not?